SO389 dispatch. I've located the body. The scene's about 50 yards on a trail.
This lone cop just discovered a dead body in the middle of the woods.
What is that? Sounds like it's heading this way.
5 feet from the knife, up the top of the body, carving the blood of the place.
10-4, signal 7. Please send another unit to my location.
What he doesn't know yet is that the lifeless man in front of him has been tortured for hours by the twisted man hiding in this very forest.
Whoever did this, that's fresh. There's a little eyeball right here.
There's some creepy shit right here.
Smell this right here. You don't smell gas right here?
Yeah.
Are they gonna torch him?
I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. There's something moving around back this way.
He carries 3 or 4 knives on him. He thinks he's Rambo.
You're what? I'm just like a god.
It's December 23rd, 2022, and Officer Azure has just received a 911 call from a distraught man reporting that he's found his best friend's lifeless body in the middle of the Lake Jackson forest. Officer Azure, along with a group of first responders, quickly arrive at the scene.
That's my friend, man.
Okay, y'all stay right there.
Here they encounter Jamie, the 911 caller, and his best friend Robert, both of whom urgently want to show the officer where their dead friend is. Considering the serious circumstances, Officer Azure decides to follow Robert into the forest despite being alone.
389, I'm 10-12 with him. Just give me a minute. I'm 10-12 with 2. I'm heading down to take a look. 361, if you want to come down, and 56 with the EMS in the back. I'm headed down to the scene.
We're gonna go back that way about 50 yards.
Okay.
50 yards. Can I watch over the village?
Yeah.
I'm not even paying attention.
Knife is laying on the ground. There's no blood on it.
Did you touch the knife?
I did pick up the knife.
Okay. Well, we're gonna need to get fingerprints from you, okay?
No problem. I walked by the tarp, and you couldn't see James.
Okay.
And then Alan walked by the tarp and goes, "What's that?" And he picked the tarp up with his sticky gun in his hand, and James was laying there face down, and I dropped the knife and we left.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to need to get a very detailed statement from you, okay? Just because...
I understand.
Well, the thing is, I'm not accusing you of anything, but you have to be ruled out. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
At this point, the officer can't yet confirm Robert's story, but with a dead body reported, he has no choice but to push deeper into the woods. However, alone with a suspicious man he's just met and a killer who could be lurking nearby, the officer knows he must proceed with extreme caution.
You just hang on down right here for me, okay? Let me get up there and take a look.
Wait, was it him? I don't know.
What you want?
We're here for you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then, can you please put in that back tent, please?
All right. Where's the knife?
The knife is on the left-hand side of him.
Okay.
Laying on the ground. He's got a white belt.
Okay. Just hang out there for me, okay?
Yeah.
Jamie was telling the truth. Wrapped inside the tarp is the body of James Leidendecker. He's lying naked in a pool of his own blood, covered in cuts and scrapes. Realizing the severity of the situation, Officer Azure immediately instructs Jamie to head back while he investigates further. That's when Officer Azure begins to hear some unsettling noises.
A hidden torture force. I wonder if it's more than 1 people, because it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know too much music. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's a person or I'm not sure what it is, but I've got movement east of my location in the woods. Sounds like it's heading this way.
Now what? You can really get with murder in the forest. That's kind of crazy. No one can ever find out.
Hey, LT.
Fortunately for Officer Azure, backup arrived just in time, providing some relief from whatever might have been lurking in the forest.
That's good, bro.
I mean, there's nothing for y'all to check. He's cold to the touch. All right, we've got knife right here, body here, tents, whole camp spread up back here. We've also got one outstanding. There's 2 people who live in this camp,
And one's not here?
and one's outstanding at the moment.
Did you find the knife?
Yeah.
I got a knife right here.
No blood on it,
Well, there's something right there, but hey, did you still got those 2 guys 10-12 up front?
Yeah, they're standing there waiting for us.
Good, because one that led me back touched the knife, so we need to get his prints and a statement off him. The other one touched the tarp. They found out what was going on and they took off. I checked the camp and he's the only one back here.
I've got the name of the person that he was arguing with at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so, and I've got what looks like maybe his clothes right over there. So he's naked and there's some clothes right there on the fire.
As
I
medical
want to
staff
do that reporter or the one that actually did it. Would that be smart? Cause like no one knew about it. So like, what's the point and stuff?
arrives and examines the body more closely, they observe a brutal manner of death, blunt force trauma to the head, strangulation, and something even more disturbing, gasoline, found in James's lungs and stomach. Detectives are left with a burning question. Why would a victim have gasoline inside him? However, this would be only one of the many disturbing details officers uncover at the scene.
Hey, Seth, take a look at this for me. What is that? Is that just soot weared off on that, or? I mean, it looks awful shiny.
Where he has been stabbed, just from what I can see. But he is butt naked, face down on the tarp with his upper torso.
My son, butt naked, booty out, dick out.
Definitely.
That's tough.
So I don't know what his face looks like. If he was stabbed in the neck or the face, the blood may be hidden by the tarp. I'm not seeing any obvious blood. Apparently the witness picked up the knife, and the knife has like a roasted string around it. There's blood on it. Yeah, the tarp's brown, but there's blood all over the tarp, like blood splatter.
It looks like, I mean, he was moved post-mortem. You can tell by the way he was dressed.
Oh, he's got his fucking leaf in his ass crack.
Yeah. That's hollow down below, you see that? Yeah.
I wonder something.
That's crazy.
I want my light up. Shit, I mean, kind of the same thing. I feel way better
Almost
now.
looks like the carbon open. Missing the one eye. You see that?
Fucking nuts. Artistic.
Okay, I want to see how it look like. No lying.
Smell gas.
Smell gas? Oh, they had to cut that with a chainsaw.
What the fuck? That looks like a dude.
And it looks like,
You smell gas.
What the hell?
yeah.
I don't know what that is. It's cleaning out my dick.
By now, officers were certain they had a murder on their hands. The injuries to the body, the bloody knife, and the presence of gasoline all
I
point
mean, but
to
like,
one.
where did the knife come from? Like it wasn't from the head. It was on the nose. Why am I asking like someone's in my chat or someone's gonna respond to my question? What's going on? I look good like right here. I'm gonna stop. Bro.
Thing. This wasn't just a killing, but a calculated act where the victim had likely been tortured for hours.
An hour.
With this in mind, officers would return to question Jamie, the man who had originally called 911, and what Jamie reveals would soon lead investigators directly to the killer. But
Like,
before we
well, it wasn't
continue,
him?
it's worth noting that tragedies like these could affect any of us. Take Yvette Torres. She was
Nah,
walking...
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Someone try to kill me. Watch out, and he gonna be like, "What?" I'm gonna say, I'm gonna look at him like this, and he gonna die. Alpha
home
look.
from work in Philadelphia when a truck struck her without warning. Morgan & Morgan fought for her in court and won her nearly $12 million. If you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. With over 1,000 attorneys, Morgan & Morgan will fight to give you the best results.
I do not give a fuck.
Them with their biggest lead yet.
So I heard arguing and stuff. So I go through the woods, go to this camp.
So you
I
left.
walk back to the camp because, you know,
Right.
homeless people argue all the time about dumb shit. It's been a while now, and I haven't heard anything from James or anybody over there. So I go over there to me and my friend that's with
The other
Officer
deputy.
now. Go over there, right? So when I walk, get to a certain point, I see a tarp laying
Right.
there beside this tree, which is never there. I
And
flip over,
inside
the
is-
tarp is I don't even know if it's James or
All right. Well, we're gonna get it figured out, okay? Do you know James' last name?
Do.
Do you know James' last name?
No, ma'am.
No.
I'm talking about the person who did this,
36.
because I know who it is. Dusty McDonald. That lives right up. He just got the complaint this morning. Man,
How do you know it was him though? And maybe, just maybe, they particularly all three did it together. Then he blamed him so he could get away with it. Because basically, him right there, he didn't fuck with that dude. So he blamed that dude when they all three thought of the plan. So he get credit for it. And watch this. He's going to be like, nah, he did it. Watch this.
come down there with the hatchet.
Because he just touched a knife, you're not supposed to do that. It's an investigation, bro. Everybody knows that. Why are you touching the thing that could potentially get you caught? You feel me?
Chopping shit up. Called it in.
You want to like keep that going?
Sheriff's Department, they come over, they talked to him, they told him that they're gonna go over and talk to him to stay away.
And James is the one who called.
No, ma'am.
Who called this morning? Rick. Okay. Do you know
Rick
Rick's
is
last
the one
name?
who stays there.
Okay.
No, ma'am, but Rick is the one who
Rick.
stays there. James is a friend of everybody's, but
So
he
I
was
should be
staying
able
up
to
there with
find out
Dusty.
by his name.
Type shit.
According to Jamie, a man named Dusty McDonald had attacked another man, Rick, with a hatchet earlier that day. Police were called but were unable to locate or confront Dusty at the time. While this incident was concerning, it wasn't enough on its own to establish Dusty as a primary suspect. Until nearly every witness interviewed pointed to him as well. Eventually,
Damn.
officers had gathered enough statements to justify bringing Dusty in for questioning. All they needed now was to find him. As police began searching for Dusty, other officers on scene would sit down with the two 911 callers to piece together a timeline. According to them, the day had started with unsettling signs that
Bro, I feel
something
like to
was
be a
up.
cop, you have to care, or you have to have empathy. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. I will not take being a cop seriously. I wouldn't really care like that. I gotta be honest. If like someone died, I don't know. I'd be like, bro, fuck it. That tough, bro. Fuck that dude. Fuck what he stand for. Shit, fuck his whole family. Fuck it, bro. I'm just joking, but like, that's what I think. I don't know. I feel like you have to care, right? I don't know.
We
though.
both went down. We live right here. We wanted to go check on our family. He's wrapped up in a tarp.
Okay.
We came back and
I
called
heard
and told him.
arguing earlier, right?
We know who was down there, sir.
Arguing.
Okay.
So I walked down through the woods. I seen Dusty have James on the ground.
That's Dusty.
He was saying you shouldn't
It's
talk
Dusty,
shit about this, that. You know what I'm
Must
saying?
hold on, let me get on his
Oh,
ass. I don't know.
they getting shit out.
Dusty, but let me go back.
But I never hear like, oh, they just.
Can I go back, bro?
He was saying you.
Dusty, Black T having We Got Chain having Beardo Connect having Negative Capital 2 having
Shouldn't talk shit about this, that.
We Got Hat, bruh. Them big ass ears, bruh. Sharp ass nose,
You know what I'm saying?
bruh. Small ass lips, bruh.
Like, oh, they just getting shit out. You know.
I don't know.
But I never hear nothing from over there
No more
no
noise
more.
from
I'm
over
like,
You know Dusty's real name or?
Dusty McDonald.
Did you say that James called them today and said, hey,
Nope, Rick.
oh, Rick called.
Rick, I ain't gonna lie for looks. This look like he did it. I ain't gonna lie. My son just look weird, bro. He looks scary. If I look at him, like if I see him at nighttime, he's doing this. Like you know when a car passes by and you see somebody standing there, he be like this. Like you just walk, you go by. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
James was there.
When Dusty went over there and cut his tent,
Cut him up, threatened with a machete, cut his tent up, all kind of shit.
They called the police.
Called the police, made a report, and the police just said, stay away from him. There's a tarp laying beside a tree that's never there, because I live here. And I took the stick and went. When I flipped it up, I seen legs.
Based on these witness accounts, officers now have a fairly detailed picture of what likely unfolded just hours earlier. They also have a lead suspect, Dusty McDonald, a name one of the officers happened to be familiar with.
This sounds like a... I have a problem with my headphones, so I can't hear you. You can reply to me in the chat. I will appreciate that. What's going on? Eat my dick, Pat. I ain't gonna lie. I don't fuck at you, hear me, bruh? I'm not doing that dick.
Yeah, Dusty. Yeah, supposedly General.
Simple, bruh. I don't care.
Come down there this morning from machete.
I'm not typing a note set. I already killed myself.
So he wanted to clear the area. Said he's signal 20 and off his meds.
They said Dusty. They said Dusty's the one that's outstanding. Yeah,
He said type in the chat.
Dusty.
Well, I know fuck what I type. Where are you from, dear friend? Oh, you follow me? I appreciate the follow. I didn't even see that dick. That dick don't be showing up. Why that dick don't show up? What the dick? But anywho, I'm from the U.S.
By now, it was clear Dusty had likely been involved in the murder.
Bro, I'm not typing dick, bruh.
And with Jamie and Robert's
care.
statements in hand, police began piecing together the sequence of events leading up to the brutal killing. Earlier that day, Rick, another man who lived at the camps, had called 911 claiming...
Well, I'm listening to it, but it's going out the other ear. Like, I don't know what's going on, bruh. All I know is he look weird, and he so far is the main suspect because he look weird also. And everybody's talking about this dude. Like, everything that leads up is to this dude.
McDonald had slashed his tent with a machete while searching for a man named James, even threatening him in the process. Later that afternoon, Dusty managed to find James, and witnesses reported hearing arguing from the camp. When they checked to see what was going on, they saw Dusty on top of James, wrestling and yelling. It didn't appear to be anything more than a heated argument, so they returned to their camp. However, hours would pass, and nobody had heard from James. Robert and Jamie began to worry and decided to go looking for him, and that's when they
did Dusty go back home? If he did, he
found
kind of retarded,
a blue tarp covering James's lifeless body. Nearly all witness accounts lined up perfectly with this timeline of events, making the next step for officers clear: arrest Dusty and bring him in for interrogation.
3 hours before after the body.
Fortunately, since officers had begun the work of locating him earlier that day, they already had Dusty's address. Soon after, they surrounded the house, ready to move in.
He wasn't there, right?
Sheriff Office, put a knife down, man. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out.
I don't have anything in my hands.
Okay, come on.
Please, I don't
Come
have
on.
anything in my hands.
Come on out.
I'm right here, sir.
Come on out.
Dude, I'm right here.
Dusty.
Okay. Dude, yeah.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Dude, the man just tried to light me on fire, dude. Y'all know what happened down there. That man tried to light me on fire, man.
That man should light me on fire.
Surveillance, dude.
Listen, Dusty, you try to do things stupid. The dog's gonna bite you, you understand?
I'm not even armed, dude. Look at there. I'm not armed at all, sir. Sir.
Damn.
Just left my house.
Yo, imagine that was true. He said he tried to light him on fire because there's the oil. He had oil in that shit, right? So imagine he actually tried to light him on fire, but like he said, nah, fuck that shit. I'll put that shit in your mouth, bro. You get that shit burnt, right? I don't know, bro.
Tried to murder me down there and light me on fire.
Dusty's behavior would be bizarre from the start, immediately insisting that James tried to set him on fire and that the officers...
I thought it made sense. Bro, why the fuck, bro? I'm not typing to you, nigga. Like, what? Like, bro, you my dick.
Quote,
Like, no.
already know what happened down there. Whether he's trying to claim self-defense or is just completely unhinged is anyone's guess.
Sorry, walk this with me. Yeah, dude. Sorry, you know what happened down there.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Dude, the man tried to light me on fire as I came.
Okay, just listen.
Okay,
We've got one side. Okay? That's why you need to come with us. Okay?
I'm coming.
I know you are.
With the supposed killer in custody, officers concluded the disturbing...
Can't do it. I believe him, bro. I don't know why. I just believe him. Let's see if my intuition is right. I believe this dude. He instantly said he tried to light me on fire. He didn't even be like, yo, what did I do? He instantly said he light me on fire. He knew what they came there for. So, boom.
On-scene investigation and began preparing for interrogation. If Dusty was their killer, given what had been done to...
Look, I'm not lying. It looks like the eyes, the nose. Who carved this shit? The beard?
The victim's body, it pointed to someone deeply disturbed. That suspicion would soon be confirmed.
Robbing for the body.
By now,
this shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Dusty had
I feel comfortable.
Already raised serious concerns. He had slashed Rick's tent and threatened him. On top of that, multiple witnesses had just reported seeing him argue with James hours before the murder. However, despite how clear things seemed, there was one major complication. Dusty was claiming self-defense. He alleged that James had thrown gasoline on him and threatened to set him on fire. This wasn't a claim detectives could easily dismiss, especially given the distinct smell of gasoline at the scene, meaning there was a possibility he could get away with his crime. Even though it's clear who's behind the murder at this point, Dusty's story now carries a shred of credibility. Detectives have one...
I believe Dusty. Don't know why. I look at him. I just believe him, bro. Let's see my intuition is. If he's innocent, I know.
Goal,
you know?
to break that story, either by disproving his self-defense claim using witness statements, or, ideally, by getting a confession. Either way, the investigation is about to get a lot more complicated. To move forward, detectives start by bringing in people from the encampment who knew Dusty well and interacted with him regularly. If Dusty had a pattern of violent behavior, these individuals were the most likely to have seen it firsthand.
My goal here is to kind of get, from your perspective, kind of what you saw, what you heard.
So he ain't really been fucking with me at all. I ain't never had no cross words. He's always insistent, oh, come up there and do your laundry and all that shit, you know. Come up there and get a shower, that's what it was. Come and get a shower all the time. So I fucked up and got a shower and give him $2 afterwards.
I feel what is this voice? I don't know. He just sound like I don't know. But this can really be a movie type shit. I don't know why. I feel like I would actually watch this shit and I'd be like, damn, bro, this shit fire. I really got 11 minutes left. Shit crazy. Am I stalling for time? I don't even know what am I doing with my life, bro?
You know, just a gesture.
Rick explains that Dusty often offered showers and laundry to homeless individuals in the area, sometimes charging a small...
I'm waiting for my girlfriend's dad to text, bro. I told this dude, good job. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on a bit. Hold on. Text incoming. I'm gonna just say thanks, I guess. And I'm gonna say whatever. I'm trying to take my girlfriend out. I talked to him about that yesterday. I said this straight up, y'all. Yo, excuse me, sir. I'm asking you for permission. I ain't stuttering. I ain't a hoe. I said, excuse me. I was under. No, I forgot what I said. But I said, basically, I'm gonna translate in my version. I said, hey, stay, old man. Let me take your daughter out. I was done and shit. And he was like, shit, fuck it. Cool. And I just texted. I forgot to ask him something. I texted him. What the dig? Why he stopped? Wait, is he watching my shit? Because he stopped typing. Hold on. I'm not saying it no more. Oh, well.
Fee. This catches the attention of detectives. These seemingly generous acts may be a part of a larger pattern of manipulation, a way for Dusty to assert control over the homeless community. It's a detail that could support their efforts to build a stronger case against him.
I tried my best to get along with him. You know, he had a shower that we all used, you know, sometimes try to keep him.
Oh, we let you use a shower? But I trust Dusty, bro. On some cool shit. On some cool shit. Why am I texting my girl, bro? Let me watch this shit. So she's not watching. So I told this dude, I said, hello, this is Diogo. I answered for your number because I forgot to ask what time you want home. Because we're going on the 27th and she got school on Monday. You feel me? College, by the way. Like, bro, I'm not doing that weird shit, bro. Like, come on, blood. No.
Never, my wildest dreams that I think he was capable of murdering. That's honest truth. I was just over there basically using his necessities like we all were. We had a chance to, shower. Usually offered it. That's his way of making friends with us, I think. I had stayed with him before and he kicked me out. I thought I was in a light, so I was taking pictures of him and stuff like that.
Well, that's reasonable. I was like, I kicked you out.
I didn't have a phone, Like, I saw you taking pictures of me with your phone. I said, I don't even have a phone. He said, you gotta go. So I left. That's that.
Dusty lives in a house near the homeless camps, a property owned by his grandfather. At first, much like Rick, Busby describes Dusty as someone who seems generous, allowing members of the homeless camp to use his home for basic amenities. As investigators continue interviewing members of the homeless community, a more troubling picture of Dusty begins to emerge. He has a history of strange and violent behavior marked by paranoia and delusions. However, officers face a challenge. The interviews so far have been too vague, highlighting patterns of behavior but lacking concrete details to build a solid case. This leads detectives back to Jamie, the original 911 caller and the person with the clearest recollection of events so far, and he's able to offer meaningful insight into who Dusty really is.
Mr. Allen, all I hear is this dude is the main rat. That's basically what I heard. I ain't gonna lie. If I seen a dead body, I would have been like, oh well, ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't no rat. I ain't calling 12. And I would have said I did it.
My role here in all this, it's just kind of to get from your perspective, your side of things, what you saw, what you observed.
Man came to my camp last night. I used to stay up there with him. He's a violent person.
Okay.
His papa always wanted to let me stay there because he's the one who owns the property. The reason I don't stay there is because you don't do what he says, and he gets all angry and threatening.
What the fuck is this? Hold on. Is that? Okay, not something. Hello?
This is Chase with General Electric Home Security. How are you doing today?
Wait, hello? I didn't hear you the first time. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Chase with General Electric Home Security. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You?
Regarding a promotional campaign, we're providing homeowners with a brand new touchscreen wireless security system with no installation fees or activation charges. Are you the homeowner?
Nah, I'm not the homeowner. Nah, I'm not. What the fuck? Fuck, bro. I was gonna say, get the fuck off my phone, bitch, and then I would've hung up. But I thought he was gonna talk more, bro. Fuck, that would've been a good clip, bro. Fuck, I ruined the hoe. Fuck, bro.
Energy, and you just crazy shit. I said, well,
What does he usually carry?
Yeah,
That would've been a good clip. Oh my god, I would've been like, hey, I don't know.
but he's either got a stick, a machete, or not. He carries like 3 or 4 knives on him. Machete, sticks. He's like, he thinks he's Rambo.
While Dusty had a reputation as a bully who routinely harassed the homeless community, no one expected his behavior to escalate to cold-blooded murder. His so-called generosity, offering his home for showers and laundry, masked a deeper need for control and manipulation. The same people he claimed to help were also the ones he intimidated and threatened, revealing a warped sense of power and superiority. In the end, this contradiction may have set the stage for the gruesome murder. When Dusty was brought in for questioning, his demeanor was strangely calm. At this point, he seems to believe that he is seen as a victim of an attack by this homeless man. He didn't seem like he was in his right mind at all. Detectives were hoping to learn about Dusty's side of the story, but instead were met with, well, a lot of nonsense.
What you mean?
You know I'm an owl, right? You're what? You know I'm an owl, right? Okay. You know
Hey,
that,
bro.
right? Yes, sir.
I'm an owl. What does that mean?
Okay, thank you. Golly. Thank you. This is
Wait, owl definition? Wait, okay, what does it mean when someone says... What the fuck? Okay. You know I'm an owl. When someone says you know I'm an owl, it means they are a night owl. They prefer to stay up late and more active in evenings and early morning hours. Essentially, they're the opposite of early birds. Okay. Plums. What the fuck was that shit at plums? What the fuck is that? What the dick? How did that dick talk on another dick? What the dick that is?
This has been a really hard day. Sir, I waved all right a long time ago. You know, I still have a great sense of innocence within me if it ain't obvious to you this time.
Throughout his interrogation, Dusty's responses are filled with incoherent delusions and deflections. In Dusty's mind, he's, quote, an owl, constantly watched, monitored, and under surveillance. It's clear that without his medication, his schizophrenia is spiraling out of control.
And I'm handling it remarkably well. If Jesus, man, that was some crazy shit, man. And to still be able to get us some usable intel.
What are you talking about?
You know, you'll get why staying at that place is so dangerous for me. I know a lot of trust is getting to me or like that, but man, thank you for saying you'll be able to talk about this.
Dusty seems to believe he's outsmarted the cops, thinking he's there to provide valuable intel as the victim. But he will soon find out that he's actually a suspect in the cold-blooded murder of an innocent man.
I haven't shed a tear all day, you know, I've been going hard, you know. I'm so exhausted. How long have you been doing it? What, this kind of work? Not very long. That was my first. I think everybody knows that. From the get-go. You know, thank you for this deep psychological diagnosis for it. It's helping a lot. Good.
Listening closely to Dusty's words, it seems as if he's openly admitting to the murder. Although his statement is scattered and unclear, it gives detectives the impression that he's acknowledging responsibility without fully grasping the seriousness of his actions. But Dusty's bizarre admissions wouldn't stop there, as he continues rambling incoherently.
I was brushing and then he throws that gasoline on me because you saw how I was rolled up and down there. Dude, I thought I was just doing it for the other.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused,
fine.
bro. You're 4 minutes of this weak ass shit.
Everybody knows this. I then managed to hit that Neo UI and come out like that. I don't know how I do it sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, when I'm just experimenting in the house.
Yo.
Are you doing something on Tuesday?
No, I'm not.
Cause I'm gonna go to UHD.
Alright, I'm down.
Alright, on Tuesday. Cause Jay already went. I think he went today.
Wait, what'd he go for?
What's it called?
Oh, I'm streaming, by the way.
Oh, already. Yeah, he went to a meeting with our advisor.
I'm down to go, yeah.
Yeah, it's at 11:30, so I'm gonna pick you up way earlier than that. Then I gotta find parking and shit.
11:30. Wait, which Tuesday? Oh, I'm tweaking. I don't got shit to do on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm tweaking. Yeah, I thought it was. I bet they're coming Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. It's very early. The 22nd.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask my manager if I can work that day, like at 4 or 4:03. What do you think? I can still make it.
I think so.
I bet. Well, most likely she's probably gonna schedule me at 5, knowing her, cause I don't know, she didn't. They're not giving me that many hours. Cause that dumb hoe only put me for 2 days. I was like, hey, bro, I need money.
Understandable.
Can I see you?
Oh my god.
Bro, what am I doing? I just want to see you.
For what?
Why can't I see you? You know I ask this every single time. I like talking like face to face and shit.
So can you please respect me?
Nope. Cannot see my brother. Oh my god. That don't sound right. My brother. That sound good. Now I want to see you.
I ain't gonna lie. Right. So like, when you posted that video, I felt like TikTok was playing with you for a minute. I was getting mad. When it said 55, it's supposed to be 55 plus 45.
I'm gonna go.
Why?
I'm streaming.
What did you just say 2 minutes ago?
All I said is I want to see you. I never said I want to talk to you, but I'm gonna go now.
But you said you want to talk. You said you want to talk face to face.
Yeah, but you're not on the camera.
I'm in the camera now.
I see it. I knew it. All I gotta say is dude.
Blades, like before back when I took the butcher knife and threw it in curved on like that. I mean, shit, I don't know how to do it.
Oh my god.
That was my beautiful mind that am just, it's a three-way. Yeah. You know, it's the photographic, the audiogenic intake, and then the loving connect. Yeah. You know, I if y'all don't ever think I'm so amazed at it.
Bro, this weak ass pop tart.
Just like,
hold on. I was right. Bro, really?
Man, I never thought it would be something like that.
I ain't gonna lie.
But no.
The moment you saw your face,
God, what that thing was.
While Dusty's ramblings could be interpreted as an admission that James was his first
Why?
murder, the statement is buried in a mix of delusions about retinoids, his photographic memory, and other incoherent claims. The detective picks up on this and pushes further, trying to separate fact from fiction in Dusty's fractured account.
For me to verify everything that I
Yes, sir.
can see elsewhere, I'm trying to. I know you're not mad at me. That's just, I don't want you to think I'm asking questions.
I think my personality is
it's probably pop tart.
Yeah,
but I don't want you to think I'm being an expert.
I am very relieved that we were having this conversation.
Dusty claims he's not mad and that people don't understand how he
Weak ass cherry, bro. That shit ass as fuck.
communicates. This shows he might have a twisted view of himself, possibly because of paranoia, delusions, or mental illness. What's strange is how calm and relieved Dusty seems. Most guilty people would be nervous or scared during an interrogation, but Dusty is different. He seems to still believe he's the victim and doesn't grasp the seriousness of his actions. Instead of taking responsibility, he thinks people just don't understand him. This becomes even clearer when Dusty asks one final question.
Wait, when? Cause no, bad. After this video, I'm trying to do something now. Can you after this video? So then pick my dick up, pick my shit up.
Question to the detective.
Well,
I'm more than
gonna
dick,
go
bro.
home.
I'm going to figure that out.
Yeah, because am I going to jail or we're going down to dance?
We're going to have to figure that kind of out because you know how this thing kind of goes from here.
I guess.
I'm going to come talk to you about it. Just look at it.
After this
Wait,
bizarre
I wonder
exchange,
how the hell did this dude not know he was getting interrogated?
the detective had heard enough to know it was time to wrap up the interrogation. Dusty's lack of remorse and distorted grip on reality made it clear they were dealing with someone who didn't fully understand the weight of his actions. According to the pathology report, the victim, James Leyendecker, was subjected to horrific torture before his death. His body showed severe blunt force trauma, including cuts, bruises, and fractures to his face, nose, ears, and mouth. His eyes had severe bleeding, and many of his teeth were broken. The injuries also extended to his neck, with heavy bleeding in the muscles and a broken hyoid bone, suggesting he had been strangled.
I ain't gonna lie,
His
I would've just healed him. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know
torso
about that.
displayed several
I'm not human,
broken
so.
ribs, and internal bleeding was found in his chest and abdomen. One of the most disturbing details from the report was that James had been exposed to gasoline. His skin had begun to slough off in areas, and a strong smell of gasoline was found on his arms, thighs, and hands.
Bro, Tom, you know what's
Gasoline was
crazy? This is literally what you're gonna have to do.
also detected in
You're gonna have to investigate. This dude, when he died, or when he got killed, he was fully butt, booty naked, dick out, cheeks out, bruh. And your job is you're gonna have to get his body and examine everywhere he was hit. That's literally what you gotta do.
his lungs and stomach,
Crazy not
indicating
living
he
your
had
job.
inhaled and swallowed it before he died. This made the murder even more gruesome. Dusty was processed for forensic evidence and transported to the Leon County Detention Facility. The witness statements, his vague confession, and the forensic evidence from the scene were enough to formally charge him. Dusty McDonald was charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, and as of this
How many
video's
years?
upload, his case remains ongoing.
Oh damn! What the dick? It was 2 weeks ago. But actually curious. Anyway, I don't care about none of this shit. Got injured. Comment section B mixed about the cops alone. Comment section B mixed about the cops going alone because cops have been boss of steam. This weather situation played out differently or it did like this, I would rather have cop actually respond and look into the scene than one waiting and risking losing a suspect or evidence. Just like in the film or the kitchen industry, every second counts. This is the cop you want if your kid goes missing. About to steal, prosecutor or older him, pretend to place everything and staying calm. Beyond creepy. Those 2 witnesses do look like the same guy, just different. That's kind of funny, bruh. Okay, bruh. Oh well, I'm dipping out. Let's go.